Yo, what it do? It's Clout TV, bro. Back at y'all with a documentary of a Chirac king, literally a Chirac king, Jerome King Shorty Freeman, bro. Now, King Shorty Freeman was actually the king of the BDs. He was very well connected with King David and Larry Hoover, a lot of big time gangsters basically. He was like second in command. King David was the first. Uh, but everybody knew, after when King David had passed away, somebody else would, take charge. And everybody was wondering, who is this guy? Now, this is the story, like I said, of Jerome Freeman. He ruled the BDs with an iron fist. This guy, you know, multiple Cadillac cars, the latest Cadillacs, laid down blue joggers, suits with the, crispy crocodile shoes. This guy was a king indeed for the BDs. And when King David passed away, he kind of took that as a chance to take a third of the BD nation. You know, these BDs would, do a lot of killings and a lot of murders. He actually broke the trust and the truce that Larry Hoover and King David had. He broke that. He was actually beefing with Larry Hoover because he found out Larry Hoover was, having an affair with his girlfriend. And Larry Hoover continued to have an affair with this woman. I don't know if they got married or what. But, Freeman, he didn't take that, too lightly. So he ordered a third of the BDs to go to war with the second, you know, third of the BDs, of the GDs, excuse me. So he hated Larry Hoover, over this. It was a truce, like I said, back in the day when King David and, Hoover came together and they made this truce like, man, we got to stop killing each other, bro. We need to do something about this. And these guys connected, the BDs and the GDs, which turned them into the Black Gangster Disciple Nation. Now, these BDs and GDs ran up under the 6-point star, the Star of David. And they colors they flashed was blue and black. They also had handshake to tell, from friend to foe. And like I said, King David tragically lost his life. I think it was 6 gunshot wounds, if I'm not mistaken. Rest in peace, King David. And this new leader steps in. Like I said, King Shorty. And he just broke the truce, the trust. He had a mind of his own. King Shorty was a good king. But then again, he was like the Putin right now. He started a lot of wars with a lot of gangs. And I guess his biggest rival that he made, once again, was the Gangster Disciples, the GDs, Larry Hoover. Now, this guy got locked up, and that didn't stop him. He was ordering gang hits. As you can see in the report, he was linked to dozens of murders. 2 eyewitnesses witnessed him, pointed him out and said that he killed somebody. And, he was back in jail. 2001, he basically was telling the Chicago police and, the DA and everybody that he's done with the gang life. But, he really got out and he was, they say he was dabbling with gangs, but it was another side of the story that said that he was a community activist with the Don't Shoot, campaign. And I think he went back to jail, if I'm not mistaken. He died in the hospital from natural causes, but this guy was an animal, man. The BDs that you know today, right now, here in 2022, is the BDs who he had control over. Now, the BDs that David Barksdale had, they was like the devil disciples, but they was still connected with Larry Hoover, Black disciples, basically. It's been a lot of BD kings throughout the year in Chicago, like Big Law and Little Law. Rest in peace, Big Law. He was shot and killed in front of his home, by younger BD members because they didn't want him to, take a stronghold of the gang. They didn't want to listen. They wanted to make their own money, carry their own Glocks, and do their own thing, you know. But this guy right here, King Shorty, he started a massacre in Chicago. It was a stream of murders, I believe, from 1974 on up to 1976, if I'm not mistaken. You know, a lot of your favorite rappers claim this gang. You know, the Black Disciple Nation is not a gang to be played with. You got rappers like Lil Durk, King Von, 600 Breezy, you know, Tay 600, Chief Keef, and many more. Many more gang members to cause fury on the planet Earth. You know, these guys, the BD Nation started in Chicago. You know, that's what a lot of people don't understand. I mean, you got BDs, GDs, Vice Lords. You got them all over the world. They went worldwide. They went national, you know. But that started in Chicago. You know, leaders like David Barksdale, Larry Hoover, you know, Jerome Freeman, you know, Big Law. You know, it's so many past BD King members, you know. It's ridiculous, you know, and the younger generation nowadays, they don't want to listen to anybody. Like I said, that's how Big Law, you know, rest in peace. Another king of the BDs. That's how he lost his life. You know, he was just getting out of jail. He was in jail for a long time. You know, he tried to take a stronghold over the gang back, you know. And, you know, by this time, these young members, they don't want to listen to anybody. You got to think about that. They used to making their money, selling their drugs, doing, you know, hits when they want to do. You know, they don't even listen to their mother. You know, what makes you think, you know, after, you know, damn near 15, 20 years, you getting out of jail, you know, trying to take control of the gang, you know, what make you think that they would listen to you? And these new Jack BDs, new breeds, and, you know, these guys didn't want to listen to King Shorty anymore. You know, a lot of people said they felt like that they was used. A lot of people said that, you know, he was just basically trying to jump back in something that he didn't know, have no idea, you know, what was going on as far as the new millennium. But Jerome King Shorty was that guy, bro. He was that guy. Like I said, he had the money, he had the power. He was declared king from the top ranking members of the BDs. Like I said, he actually ran his own gang back in the day. That's what made David Barksdale take like him, you know. You know, he's a real small guy, you know, basically like 5 foot, you know, 5'4" or something like that. But like I said, another demonstration, another story of a Chicago king as far as the Black Disciple Nation. You know, this guy, he ran the whole gang. He had as much power as King David. You know, like the presidency. You know, when it's time for a new president and it's time to exchange, you know, position of power, that's how it kind of was, you know, with him and King David. He ran the same gang and led the same gang that King David led for years. You know, King David ordered hits. King David was doing crazy stuff too. But this guy right here, when he got the full power and was declared king of the BDs, this guy went animal. When I mean, if you can see the reports, like I said right here, saying, you know, he was linked to dozens of murders. He was ordering, you know, murders from in jail. You know, it's just crazy, man. These cats back in the day, you know, hearing these stories and, you know, seeing these documentaries of these cats is just unbelievable. These guys actually had a strong hold over our communities as far as the young black people. And there's still a strong hold over the community today. As you can see, numerous super omega stars, as far as like Lil Durk and Chief Keef, these guys are still repping this Black Disciple Nation. The same gang that these guys was the leaders of. you know. But rest in peace, man. Rest in peace to, like I said, King Shorty, man. Rest in peace to David Barksdale. Rest in peace to Big Law. Rest in peace to all the BDs, all the dead kings, out there that lost their life due to, gun violence. It's still another king out there of the BD faction, and I heard he was the king of like the bluefin black disciples type deal. And these type of BDs, these guys hate GDs and BDs, but we gonna get to that in another documentary. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this, man. Let me know what y'all think about Jerome Freeman, aka King Shorty, ruling the Black Disciple Nation with an iron fist before he passed away from natural causes. If you can, donate to Clout TV. Super thanks to video. We really would appreciate it. If you can't donate, we still bopping with you the long way. But if you can, please donate to Clout TV. Let me know what y'all think about this documentary. Did you like it? Or should I do another one? Like, what's up with it, man? Do you know anybody who was ever in this organization or anything like that? Let me know how y'all feel about it, man. Like I said, rest in peace, the King Shorty, man. It's Clout TV. We out of this thing. Gang.